I'm gonna go in less than 24 hours and it just feels so real right now. So it's happening. I'm gonna go in less than 24 hours and it just feels so real right now because it feels so good. I think it's cliche to be crying on camera, but it really, I just want to translate this feeling of how good it is when you just trust yourself and you take chances and it's all right now happening for you. I only planned this trip about like 2-3 weeks back and I bought the tickets, everything, the cruise, just to go and see Abraham Hicks. I've been planning this for about 2 years now, since 2021. I've always been asking people to go with me, but all along I couldn't find anyone, so basically I'm just like, okay, this year every time I think about it I could cry. So this is when I know that it's really aligned with me, because it's not a sad cry, it's like a happy cry. I would play her stuff on YouTube and then I would just imagine myself being there, feeling and soaking it all in, and I'm just so happy that I can cry. So right now, once again, I'm heading there in less than 24 hours and it just feels so surreal right now, because you're sort of letting go of your previous identity, the one that is like, no, you can't do it yourself, you wouldn't be able to afford, you know, one room by yourself, and like, what are you gonna do there, how long are you gonna stay there, like, who's gonna look after you? And now you're just wearing this new identity of, okay, I got it all figured out, I know I will be taken care of, I don't have to think too much into it. And honestly, I still haven't booked some of the stuff I'm supposed to, and initially I actually booked this as a one-way ticket, but I can't, because you can't get into US if you don't have a return ticket. So I had to buy a return ticket. Right now I just know when I'm coming back, but I don't know what I'm gonna do in between. So yeah, today is all about packing, but I just want to get a workout in right before I leave, so that during this 20 hours journey I would feel less guilty or just sitting around. But right now, honestly, I'm just dancing around my room and feeling all this good energy that comes up. So anytime you guys are manifesting anything and there's a lot of charged extra energy, just let it out. And I know I let it out probably by crying and jumping around, but there's a lot of different ways that you guys can do it. And I also want to mention, there's just something about September. I've always made big decisions when it comes to September, so it can go back all the way back to, I think, 2020. It was COVID and I left my previous job to go into this forex company during September, and then 1 year later I actually left that forex company to do self-employment in September, and then 2 years after that, which is now this year September, I actually left to do full-time trading and also enjoy this trip. Last year September, instead of leaving my job, I actually booked a trip to Ayurveda learning school in India alone for 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks of just traveling around India also happened on September. So I'm not sure if anyone else feels this, but September always feels like new beginning for me, and I hope it's true for you guys as well. I'm sure there's something going on in astrology or like astronomy where we can calculate how individually our lifetime have different months where it just happens for you. So for a lot of people it might be December and January where they come up with new goals and all that, but for me, in my personal calendar as an Aries, I just feel like September is my time and it always works out well. This is the point of time where I feel the most confident in my decision, and I just trust it, and it always plays out well ever since COVID. So COVID was really a life-changing moment when I got to really sit down and listen to myself, and I think it happens for everyone during that period of time. I'm sure a lot of people got more intuitive, so I just hope that if September is also the day for you, you could use this as a sign to do what you want to, like I did. Best airport ever. Work and coffee spaces. Look at this little teepee where people can actually sleep in it. How nice. So this is the start of my 22 hours journey to Vancouver. long time, but I made it 20 hours. Finally done. I'm gonna challenge myself to see if I could take a bus. But if I can't, I'll just take an Uber. After a long red-eye flight, I decided to take the train and live in a hostel. And so have to carry everything myself. Alright. This is all that is. Okay, so this is gonna be where I stay for 2 days. And in Friday, you're gonna see the cruise that I've booked with Abraham Hicks, which is gonna be a real big difference from this. Okay, so it's actually my first time staying in a hostel. So I'm not sure how loud I should speak. But let me show you the room. I heard that it gets a bit noisy, but I didn't bring my earplugs, so I'm just gonna go out later and see if I could buy any. Right now, it's already more than 24 hours since I last slept. I had a good meal, had some matcha latte, but I couldn't finish it because it was not good. And then I had spaghetti for dinner, and right now I just am gonna crash in bed. That's all I'm gonna do. The weather is actually really cooling, so I feel like I'm gonna have a good sleep tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I woke up a bit too early, so right now I'm gonna look for places to go. It's 5:30 a.m. So I woke up really early today, and right now I just feel like going to a nice little park which is somewhere nearby. It's called Stanley Park, and I think I'm just gonna go hang out, feel some wind. I already had my breakfast, drank a lot of coffee. A lot of the places do not have Wi-Fi, and even if they do, it doesn't work that well, so I couldn't get any work done. So all I did was trade on my phone, and then right now I'm just gonna go chill. I drank too much coffee and ate too much sugar, chocolate waffles just now, so right now I just feel like I'm burning some calories away. It's pretty cold, so whatever I'm wearing is actually not enough. This is like a heat tech and this jeans, but it's not warm enough for me. And I didn't really prepare much cold weather stuff because Hawaii is gonna be summer, right? So I'm just gonna layer it up and see what happens. I'm not even sure if I should wear my sportswear to this park because the sportswear is pretty thin, right? Or should I just wear jeans? And the only kind of jacket that I brought is actually like a blazer. So I'm not sure if that's park ready as well. But I got my cap, my hat. I really don't have much to wear, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm just gonna buy a jacket and then head to the park. Right now it's super cold and I'm not wearing much. So this is the park, and I'm having some seafood chowder. Everybody wants to sit outside and nobody wants to sit inside. That's why I gotta sit. If not, it's gonna be a long wait. I think they treat their animals pretty well and they sauce good meat, but I'm still doing pescatarian right now. Currently on the 3 Waves of Volunteer and the New Earth by Dolores Cannon, and she's just going about different generations that came since the end of World War II, because you know, if you watch Oppenheimer, you know that they let out this atomic bomb, and supposedly this atomic bomb was supposed to help us for the better, but we actually used it for destruction. So from then on, there has been a lot more like ET sightings, and a lot of extraterrestrial are just here, you know, overlooking whatever we're doing, making sure that we're not gonna use more of these bombs. What's it called? Something. And talking about all these volunteers is that ever since what happened, the energy has been a bit more down, and therefore the people, you know, the baby boomers, those that were born after the World War, were like sent here to lift up the energy. So there are different kinds of waves of volunteers. So the first one is the baby boomers, and then we have 10-20 years after that is the second generation, and then from then on it's like the third. But I really resonate with being the second, because those people are just here to be a good vibe. Being around them, you will feel like they are very lightening the mood, you know. So I do feel like sometimes when someone brings their problems to me, I tend to be able to look for solutions easily. But the second wave of people also don't like to hang out with people because they just prefer to be on their own, and right now I really feel like that. As I grow older, I feel like I'm becoming more and more aware of who I am, and I don't want to mix around too much because I feel like my energy gets drained. And in the book it actually mentioned that a lot of them like to work, you know, from home and not like to mix around with people, but that defeats their purpose of being here on earth, because they are supposed to lift up the energy around them. Anyway, here are some beautiful black squirrels. Let me just show you guys. Basically, that's all I've been doing here in Vancouver, just hanging out by myself, getting ready for tomorrow's cruise trip. And right now I'm just walking around a park, just had lunch. A lot of this little rambutan thing. Not sure if it's rambutan, but wow, they're everywhere and it's so cute. I think that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Just charge my battery because this camera is dying, go to a Whole Foods store to buy some stuff, and then sleep early. Last night I think I slept at 6 and I woke up around 5 AM, 6 AM again for trading in the markets. So I think I will do that again tonight. Since it's already Thursday, I have one more day of trading before it's the weekend and the start of the cruise as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video.